also the president of Rennell Parker, LLC. Upon you. So I think that is the biggest thing that we can do is, number one, to love. But it starts with loving ourselves first.
Hello everybody and welcome to And I'm Damo and we're in Jackson, Tennessee at the Boys and Girls Club with the Executive Director, Sabrina Anderson. And she's going to tell us a little bit about what these kids have going on.
Awesome. Today, the Boys and Girls Club is showing all our kids how much we love them because we're doing help with Power Hour, which is homework, help, and tutorial. And then they get to go to the computer lab where we have 16 stations in there. Sometimes they'll have to do research for homework. Sometimes they can design a web page or add music to a PowerPoint. Then they get to go to the art room and do some self-expression. There's various arts and crafts and lots of fun things to do.
And now, back to the Benita Show with video of the week by Michael Lloyd, aka Mr. Pink. I'm gonna be somebody. Peace and we out.
Make it. I'm gonna be somebody, body.
This next gentleman we're gonna bring to the stage is an author and a poet. What more can you say? This man is very talented. Next on the Benita Show, Mr. Rennell Parker.
I'm not Rennell Parker. Come on out, Rennell. Come on, bring that back. Welcome to the show. Hello, beautiful. Hi. You have written a number of books yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and your daughter here is also a writer or artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So yes, ma'am.
Introduce your baby.
All right. First, to my right, this is Rennell Parker Jr., aka the sequel. And he's 9 years old, and he's also the president of Rennell Parker, LLC. And on my lap to my left, this is Kelson Ryan Parker, and she is an artist. She actually has her own website called poetrywithmydaddy.com, where the poetry that her and I write together, we post online, as well as her artwork as well.
When she introduces herself to people, what does she say?
What do you say? Go ahead, baby.
My name is Kelson Parker and I'm an artist.
Did y'all hear her?
Says, my name is Kelson Parker.
And I'm an artist.
There we go.
What's your motivation or inspiration for writing, Rennell?
You're looking at it, and my wife isn't up here with us, but my family is my inspiration. They are the reason and the drive and the determination that we write.
Tell us about, you just released a new ebook. And it's entitled Loving Me Daily, A Woman's Guide to Finding Her Smile. Speak up, speak out, shout if you have to. That's the other book. That's
yes,
the
ma'am.
Too. But your new book you just released, the ebook, is Loving Me Daily, A Woman's Guide to Finding Her Smile.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us, you just released like 2-3 days ago, right?
Yeah, Thursday. The funny thing is, actually, I recently lost my thumb drive. And on my thumb drive, I had all my poetry, several books already written, just waiting to be published, business plans, marketing strategies. So the last week or so, I've been pretty stressed out. But on Thursday, God showed how great and merciful He is. When I was sitting at work, and this concept it just came, and He wrote it. And when He delivered the words to me, I wrote it and I published it. So written one day, published the same. Yes, ma'am. And the concept behind the book, we know so many of our sisters are dealing with so many different things in life. From, daily stress of dealing with, what's going on at work. Then have to come home and deal with the stress at the house. Stress that we deal with our family on a daily basis. And this is a book of poetry it's only about 14 poems in there. But it's poetry that sisters can read every day with titles such as I Am Queen. There's a title, I am worthy, I am strong, I am intelligent, I am sexy, and I love my family. And when we read those things, and even the men that read them, they will learn to appreciate our queens even more.
You do a number of presentations as well. And one of them that caught my eye was discovering your inner you, because that's kind of what we're going to be talking about tonight on the panel. Tell us about the 5-step process in discovering the inner you.
Yeah, discovering the inner you is about finding that inner peace to where you can progress forward. And of course, to get to that point, we have to start somewhere. So the first step is the handyman process. That's the foundation of it. You know, if you need something built and you're not capable of building it, you go find your handyman that can do that. If you're living in an apartment and the plumbing goes bad, you're going to contact the plumber to fix the plumbing. It's the same way in our lives, and our handyman is God. We know that when we have a dream and we want that dream to build into a reality, we have to pray on it, and then that dream can become achievable. If we're having issues or problems where we're crying and understanding that man cannot understand nor comprehend our tears, but God can understand the words perfectly and clearly. So when we establish that foundation, then even on shaky ground, we can still stand strong and stand tall. So from the handyman process, we have to go into our spring cleaning process. You know, there are people in our lives that hold us back due to their negativity that we allow to infiltrate our energy. You know, there are things that are fears that we hold on to. Some people in relationships call this baggage. So this is our phase where we clean out that luggage. Instead of carrying all these bags around, we pull the bags out the closet, acknowledge them, and then we get rid of them. And so once we clean out that luggage, again, we have the strength because we already built our foundation with the handyman. Then once we've done our spring cleaning, then we go into our interior design process. So we have to treat our spirits and our bodies as a home. This is where our spirit lives. So once you clean out all that old luggage, if you got dingy walls with paint that's depressing every time you walk into a room, then you want to change that paint to make it a little brighter, to enhance your mood and how you feel. So we're talking about self-esteem and confidence. So what you do with your interior design, you put new wallpaper up. You pull down the pictures of the naysayers and those that say you can't, you won't, or you never shall. And you put up the pictures of those that say you will, I believe in you, and I know you can. You know, you set up goals and your accomplishments, and you put them up on the wall, and you check them off one by one as you get there. So now you're feeling good about yourself. You got your house cleaned up, you got the luggage out, you got new paint on the walls, new drapes. You didn't pulled up the old dirty carpet that's messing with the baby's asthma. You put down hardwood floors, and it's nice and shiny. But now you want people to come in. So now you got to work on your landscaping. So your landscaping is how we physically appear, the first thing that people see. And we all want people to recognize us for who we are from the inside, but not necessarily from the outside. But in our society, people are pretty judgmental, and that's an unfortunate reality. So when we alter how we dress, you know, I tell the young ladies we speak with, you know, if you're attracting the wrong type of attention, you know, maybe you have on a little bit too much makeup, so take a little off. But at the same time, if you just want to feel beautiful today, then sister, put a little makeup on. You know, it's all about how you feel about yourself and that energy rubbing off to invite other people in to know who you are. So now you got your landscape. I tell the young men, we have to be chameleons. You know, don't allow others to judge us based off of our appearance. You know, when you're at home and you're in your basketball shorts, your tank top, and your slippers, that's one thing. But when you step out into the world, you want the world to feel your greatness. You want to step out and put your crown on. So wear your crown and wear it proudly. So present yourself as that king that you are. So now you got your landscaping, right? So now people going to come in and build that interior design. All that old stuff is out, so now they can really sense your foundation. But in order for you to really be successful and unlock your potential, then you have to do your real estate investments and your appraisal. This is where you take that break and you look in the mirror and you say, I love me. And it's not about a financial investment. Remember, we're talking about spiritual. We're talking about unlocking the potential and the greatness that we all have. This is where you look at yourself and you say, this is what I'm willing to invest in me. Whether it's going to college at 50 years old, whether it's It's getting down on the floor and drawing a picture with your daughter. Whether it's getting out there and jumping on the skateboard for your son so that he can achieve his greatness. But it's the time, your tears, your blood, your sweat. I remember in college playing basketball. I graduated out of high school 155 pounds. And that's May of 99. By October, I was 185 pounds. So I put on 30 pounds of muscle in a matter of 5 or 6 months because I was determined and I was investing in myself because I believed that I had a certain amount of greatness in me. But that's in every aspect of life. If we believe in ourselves, then we'll be willing to invest in that greatness so that it can shine through. But it all starts with our foundation.
No questions for me. Well, he's talking about just kind of flows right into our panel discussion. But before I ask Dr. Lynch and Dr. Walker to come up, this is the last part of the show. Anybody have any questions for Rennell Parker and his babies?
Yes.
What is the audience for your one-day inspirational book?
Our audience are young ladies, for the young ladies growing into women, understanding who they are and that they are not who others say they are. Understanding that you wear a crown and put it on with pride. Encourage them to love themselves daily. And when we love ourselves daily as men and women, then no one else can break us down. So as early as the comprehension level is, that's when they can start reading it. And it goes all the way to the grave.
Have you always been confident, or who would you role model to become a person?
I've had awesome parents and a wonderful family. And that has been my inspiration. As long as I know, I've always been optimistic and a positive. And it was a couple years ago, a brother of mine, we were doing some community work. And he altered the entire way that I think. Instead of saying kill two birds with one stone, which is to do complete two tasks simultaneously, I now say feed two birds with one piece of bread. Right. So instead of killing something, we think of stoppage, ending. We think of something that's over. But when we feed two birds with one piece of bread, we're speaking prosperity, progression in life, and everlasting and ongoing. And through that, I believe I'll live forever.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. Mr. Parker, what is your vision for how you would like to see that what you do with your family to spread out worldwide, and what can we as the people do assist you in making sure that what it is that you do progresses and touches everyone?
What we're doing as a family and with our organization, we are wonderful. Start off with our organization, Acts of Random Thought. We actually was late coming here because of our Man Talk program. We work with young men every Monday throughout the summer called Man Talk. And our topic this summer is lyric decryption. And what we're doing is separating the music from the poem and assisting in the young men in how they think, understanding that what we see and what we hear and how that influences how we think and how we act. So what we can do as a people collectively is to be more open-minded ourselves. Before we shut an idea or concept down, listen to it, find the flaws in it, and see what we can do to improve that. When we're especially talking about our youth, if we have children that grow with this concept, they want to be a rapper, that's fine, but let's make sure you understand how powerful being a speaker is, and how you impress others, and how other people impress upon you. So I think that is the biggest thing that we can do is, number one, to love. But it starts with loving ourselves first. If I'm no good to me, then I'm no good for we.
Right.
We're going to let you all go. Thank you for making it here after your meeting with these young men on the other side of town. Thank you so much. Any last words before we let you go?
And we actually have one of the little brothers with us, Brother Aaron Moore's in the back. I want to say thank him for coming out and being part of this experience with us. I think it was very important for him to see, because if I don't provide the example for him, then when he's sitting in this seat and my son is in the audience listening, and if I don't set that example, then who is my son going to listen to? 'Cause my son is not watching me. My son is watching the generation before him. And that likewise, his son is going to be watching my son. So it's that cycle of life that we have to keep feeding. Thank you. Come on, baby. I know you don't want to get up.
Hi, yes, you caught me reading a book. I am reading The Black Boogeyman by Talis Piaget, straight out of St. Louis, Missouri. And look, on the back, one of his lines say, "How far are you willing to go to bring peace to your city, to your country, to your world?" This book will have you crossing the lines. And right now on The Benita Show, we are promoting literacy and education across the world. So turn off that TV, put away those Xbox controllers, put away those Game Boys and whatever else that you're playing, and pick up a book and read today. Got books? I have plenty, and I'm going to get back to mine. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nancy L Baughmann, owner of Stonebrook Publishing. Whenever someone finds out that I own a publishing company, their eyes light up and they get all excited and say, "Really? I've been wanting to start a book." Well, I love hearing that because I know how to help. I'm convinced that some of the best stories are trapped inside would-be writers, but those stories haven't been told because the writer doesn't know how to pull that story out. They just don't know how to get started. Or maybe you've already written a book but don't know how to get it published. Unfortunately, I can't publish every book that crosses my desk, but I can help you get your project ready for publication, whether you decide to self-publish or submit it to a publishing house. I know what publishers want in terms of quality and style in a book manuscript. I also know what they don't want and want to help you avoid those mistakes. I used my experience as a university professor and a professional publisher to create a program called Get My Book Out for both fiction and nonfiction writers. Whether you don't know how to start a book or you need help getting a finished manuscript out of your hands and into the hands of readers, Get My Book Out can show you the next steps and guide you to produce a professional, polished manuscript. You're watching this video because you have a story to tell, one that's probably burning inside you. If you haven't written anything yet because you don't know how to start a book, then you've come to the right place. Let's work together to get your book out.
Welcome to St. Louis Help. Please allow us to share the goals, vision, and mission of St. Louis Health Equipment Lending Program, or St. Louis Help, a nonprofit organization. We hope this video will help you understand our mission and how St. Louis Help benefits our community. Our message is simple. Clean out your attic, garage, or basement and donate your used or unneeded home medical equipment to St. Louis Help, so we can in turn lend it free of charge to someone else in need. Each year, St. Louis Help distributes thousands of medical health equipment items to individuals and organizations in our community in need of equipment. Recipients are able to live more safely, stay in their own home, and it helps their caregiver too. St. Louis Help saves recipients and their caregivers over $1 million annually in medical costs for health equipment. Over the years, health care has become a serious issue for many Americans. Many have experienced reduced access to health care, leading to a growing population of uninsured or underinsured people. Even those who have insurance often learn after an injury or illness that their insurance coverage was less than they expected. This has led to a need to provide a safety net for the uninsured, underinsured, disabled, and elderly in our community. St. Louis Help provides that safety net and fills the need for many in the St. Louis area. Each year, St. Louis Help collects thousands of items from generous individuals and companies in Missouri and Illinois. Many donors may have once been ill or caregivers themselves and understand firsthand how important home medical equipment can be when taking care of a loved one. At St. Louis Help, we understand that each donation comes with a touching and personal story. Equipment donors feel better knowing that their items will be put back into circulation, helping others. St. Louis Help collects new and gently used home medical equipment. Home medical equipment includes items such as wheelchairs, hospital beds, walkers, canes, shower chairs, and portable commodes, as well as many other items. St. Louis Help cleans and refurbishes the equipment and then loan it to persons in need at no cost or fee to them. St. Louis Help is the new solution to an old problem faced by individuals in need of home medical equipment. Our program actively receives referrals and shares donated equipment by request with other charitable organizations right here in the greater St. Louis metro area. St. Louis Help also forwards overstuffed and specialty items to organizations that serve hospitals and clinics in developing nations. Your community also receives a secondary and significant benefit from the St. Louis Help program, recycling. Each year, St. Louis Help diverts over 150 tons away from area landfills, carefully recycling equipment too damaged to put into circulation. How does St. Louis Help serve so many on a modest budget with a no-frills facility and limited staff? We rely on the hundreds of hours of work from our numerous groups of volunteers. Volunteers who come from all walks of life and each with different skills that help us achieve our mission. These volunteers are vital to and responsible for St. Louis Help's success. St. Louis Help is a simple and straightforward charity. We don't charge fees to program recipients, and we don't seek unrelated program income. Instead, we depend solely on charitable gifts from caring individuals, concerned foundations, and civic-minded businesses. We hope this video has helped explain this much-needed and beneficial program in the St. Louis area. Thank you for watching and for your interest in the St. Louis Health Equipment Lending Program. You too can help St. Louis Help.
I'm gonna be somebody, body. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be somebody for me. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be somebody, body. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be somebody. My name is Michael Lloyd, grown up around the way. My daddy left when I was young. He had no means to stay. She raised me on her own until he came along. He showed her love, he gave her hugs. She had another boy who grew up strong and tall, who has no major fault. Not like the other son, she got her in trouble with the law, who hung around in crowds to forget about the devastating situation. Why my dad was not around for me. I'm no statistic, I'm gonna make it for me. I'm no statistic, I'm gonna make it for me. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be somebody, body. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be somebody for me. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be somebody, body. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be somebody. Back then it meant a lot for him to stay in touch. She told him don't call back if you don't fulfill your promises. She done the best she could, so that the son won't hurt. I'm proud to say this, that you're amazing. Without you, what would I do, mother? I'm no statistic, I'm gonna make it for me. I'm no statistic, I'm gonna make it for me. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be somebody, body. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be somebody for me.